We've got things from comedy, which is like 4 O'Clock Club, which very much is there to be really character driven, emotional drama, but also hilarious at the same time, and it uses rap, which is really cool. We have things like Wolf Blood, which would be the supernatural high concept ideas, which should really be a way at looking at things kids go through every day, and friendship groups and growing up and things that are really important emotionally, but then seeing it through like the prism of something really high action and packed full of like big stakes and consequences, and make it really dramatic and exciting. And then you've got things like The Dumping Ground, which focus on real world and like real life. So there's no superpowers, there's no magic, but it's looking for ways to tell true UK children audience stories. So they want to see themselves reflected on TV, and they want it done in a non-patronising way. You have to want to write for children's. I think it's a really good way in, because there are so many shows going and there's so many episodes within those series. So for example, at the moment we have The Worst Witch season 2, which is in the writers' room. The Dumping Ground has been commissioned for 2 more series. Wolf Blood was a big long-running one that's in its 5th series at the moment. So there's lots of opportunity to get episodes, to like watch a series, get to know the characters, and then bring your story to that series. I mean, every medium of drama needs new voices, but especially children's, because we want them to just have like the edgiest, most current, like they're asking questions all the time, and we need to keep up with that. So having new writers is really important. CBBC. Watch the channel. Watch the programmes, see how they're made, see how they're structured, see what's already out there. So if you're thinking about making a big new series now, you're probably not going to set it in a care home, and you're probably not going to do anything about werewolves. And it's also looking wider than that, though. It's looking on all the different competitor channels. So children's is such a massive market. I mean, you've got Disney, Nickelodeon, Amazon Originals, Netflix Originals, and then you've got us on CBBC. And we have a very distinct voice compared to those other channels. So you need to be honing in on that if you're going to pitch something to us. It also makes you look for like gaps in the market. So with kids, you want to be finding like the next way to kind of express those teen problems that are happening, or those young people problems. You want to find like the fun, most original way to do it. And when I say problems, I just mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's issue based. It's more about growing up and like making friends and breaking friends and going through changes, like bodily changes, but also like emotional changes, but also finding the most, God, it could be mystery driven, or it could be high concept, it could be about superheroes. You've got to find that new way to tell those stories for kids. Kids today are after such sophisticated storytelling. They're exposed to a world of things that adults are exposed to. I mean, they have everything at their fingertips. They know everything that's on the news, probably more than we do. And I don't think they need patronising in any way, shape or form. So no, I don't think there's anything we can't cover. Of course, I'm not going to be swearing every 2 minutes. There's probably not going to be loads of violence. But at the same time, like, there's no issue, I don't think, that adult drama covers that we can't find a way to do. So if you're going to approach CBBC with an idea, don't hold back, and do not, whatever you do, think you have to write for children. Just write for yourself, write for everybody, and then if it needs reining in, then we'll do that. We'll guide you into how to make it a bit more accessible. But no, the answer is we can cover everything. Tough question, because we always say when we're looking for next ideas that we don't have a particular shopping list. What I would say is that we are looking for those big action adventure high concept series. So at the moment we're also looking a bit more boy skewed, because we've got a lot of girls on the channel. So we are looking for maybe the complementary piece to The Worst Witch. Also a different prism to see real life stories through. So Jacqueline Wilson and The Dumping Ground has done that so well for so many years. So what's going to be the new version of that? How do we find new precincts to tell kids stories in that aren't school? Kind of the general thing. So if I was going to guess what the next big thing is looking at kids these days, superheroes is massive. I mean, Marvel is massive, and we've got to find a way, I think, to represent that ourselves. So that could be the next big thing. Top 3 tips. I might be able to give you my top 1 tip first, just because it's the most important, is characters. Come back to this time and time again. Every show is character driven first and foremost. I mean, you can lift the high concept off, you can lift the comedy off, you can lift the genre off if it's a mystery. But how are you as a writer going to get the audience to come back to 13 episodes with this protagonist. You need to hone in on your characters, know everything about them, know all their flaws, know how they rebuff and complement other characters in the ensemble. If you can get that right, if you can get the in-depth character traits right, then I think that's the success to writing a successful children's drama. Another top tip would be, we are looking for returnable series. So the precincts you're looking for, where are you going to get stories each week coming in from? How are you going to find different ways to tell different stories? And we love seeing big emotional series arcs over drama in CBBC, like any primetime BBC One dramas. We see big emotional changes for our characters. So what precincts offer fertile ground for storytelling? That's also a really important thing. And the other thing is, keep writing. Just keep coming up with ideas. Keep watching the channel, watching content, and just testing out your own stuff. Give it your mates to read. Give it anyone you know in the business to read. If you've got any way in, get people reading your stuff. And then the other big thing is rewriting. So if you're ever going to get the opportunity to send something into CBBC drama, don't give us your first draft. I want to see like your, probably 15th draft. I want so much work to have gone into that it's like the only opportunity you've got to show your work. We want your best stuff. So bring that to us, and who knows, it could be on the channel sometime soon.